Yes, a very good afternoon to you tuned into UBC TV. We warmly welcome you to our lunchtime news this Monday, the 20th of November, 2023. My name is Michael Jordan Lukumwa. We'll start off with the breaking news where the House of Bishops of the Church of Uganda, sitting at St. Stephen's Cathedral in Naluwerere, that is in Eastern Busoga Diocese, today the 20th of November 2023, has elected Venerable Canon Moses Banja as the 4th Bishop of Namirembe Diocese. He will be consecrated and enthroned on the 10th of December this very year at St. Paul's Cathedral in Namirembe. Canon Banja was born on the 20th of October 1964 in Nakabugo, Bira, Busiro. He accepted Jesus as his Savior on the 3rd of December 1989, and he was ordained in 1996 as a priest. He is married to Reverend Canon Professor Olivia Nasaka Banja, and God has blessed them with 3 children. Canon Banja holds a bachelor's degree in divinity from Makerere University and a postgraduate diploma in education from Makerere University. He's currently the Archdeacon of Luzira Archdeaconry, still in the Church of Uganda. We'll give you details to that story, but finally the Bishop for Namirembe has been elected and is replacing Bishop Luwarila, who is retiring early December. Moving on, in a bid to scale up the fight against corruption in Uganda, the Directorate of Ethics and Integrity has engaged top district leaders in West Nile sub-region to be part of champions in the struggle to ensure zero tolerance to corruption. While referring to the recent arrest made in Arua City, some of the leaders complained about threats from suspects of corruption and their families.
Here in West Nile sub-region, primarily to do one very important thing. We are sharing with our stakeholders, the leaders, we want to understand our commitment towards attaining zero tolerance to corruption. Zero tolerance to corruption policy was declared by government, and it requires every stakeholders, both state and non-state, to play their part so that we eliminate corruption. This term of government is left is 2.5 years midway. So it is important that we assess whether we are moving on track to get to know if we are not doing well, so that we can try to fix the areas. People are being arrested in different government ministries, agencies coming to follow up, and what you refer to like the Minister for Economic Monitoring coming in. These are all signs of government commitment towards attaining the zero tolerance to corruption. And we want to thank the media, because at the center of it has been the media.
The Minister for Economic Monitoring, she allowed me to chair a meeting of 10-20 minutes, and that was the point of Dr. Deep projects. Within that shortest time as I was chairing, I discovered over 1.4 billion is sent to Arua City for capacity building, and nothing is done. Nothing is done. When I asked my CDO, what did you do with all this money? She's telling me, you know, we bought furniture. I said, which furniture? The one which are here in the city council. What else did you do with this money? You know, we bought laptops. Where are they? PS, with your team, big special interest in Arua City. The minister was frustrated. We were all frustrated. As I talk now, our city engineer is on the run. He's nowhere. They ordered for his arrest. He's nowhere. Road Fund 2020-2021 disappeared in thin air. Road Fund 2021-22 disappeared in thin air. Town clerk cannot talk about it. The city engineer cannot talk about it. I have received threats, even from colleagues. Colleague members of parliament have threatened me because the people who are affected are relatives.
I've been threatened, by the way. But you see the recent issues of corruption which happened within the city. This one was unearthed by the office of the president. You know, you can have a lot of knowledge and you deceive the RDC, you can present a lot of accountability and so on. But you can't deceive government as well, no?
The director, Imathia concrete sleeper factory in Lugazi, Roberto Leis, has informed the public that the plant will soon complete the manufacture of concrete sleepers required for the construction of Kampala-Namamve railway line. This was during an educational tour at the factory by the Uganda Institute of Professional Engineers, who wanted to gain hands-on experience and witness cutting-edge engineering technology at the factory.
Inaugurated by President Museveni in Lugazi, the plant was contracted to manufacture concrete sleepers that will replace steel-made sleepers. The plant has since then attracted educational tours from the public to explore the various stages of sleeper manufacturing. A delegation from Uganda Institute of Professional Engineers have attested to the timeliness of these sleepers, saying they will boost rail transport.
Concrete has lower maintenance. When it comes to safety, it cannot easily be tampered with.
There are lots of things to learn from here, especially for the upcoming projects. We've seen the advantages and disadvantages, but of course the advantages outweigh the disadvantages.
The concrete sleepers are the most suitable technology in modern railways for meter gauge and standard gauge railway option, mainly because of their safety, comfort, speed, less vandalism, among others.
Concrete sleeper have a weight of 190 kilos. It's more heavy, and they give to the track more durability and stability. Means this is more comfort in the way, more security, and this is the reason that they live more even. There are not corrosion, and they are more heavy, and they are stressed, they are compressed. Means they are special for dynamic load.
When you add whatever you studied in class, you add it with this, immediately you can catch up. So they gave us enough training. We have staff, like you saw, 99.9 is Ugandan, and all of them are trained. With supervision or without supervision, they can produce this slipper.
The plant, which is set to complete the manufacture of slippers required for the Kampala-Namamve-Mukono railway line, has the capacity to supply slippers for the whole rehabilitation works the railway is undergoing. Mary Namkose, UBC News.
The European Union has vowed to support Uganda in its transition towards clean energy as part of the European Union's global commitments in the fight against climate change-related challenges. To this, the European Union has played a crucial role in the promotion of renewable energy resources, such energy research and innovation across sectors. For this goal to be realized, experts think that there should be transition of livelihoods of people dealing in environmental, non-friendly businesses.
To stimulate and accelerate the market-based deployment of affordable and renewable energy and energy efficiency solutions. I'd also like to mention our support to the Power Africa initiative, which is to bridge financial gap and to also double the electricity access, which is also a partnership between public and private sector and aiming to increase electricity access.
Train people also in the use of climate smart technologies. The German cooperation, GIZ, together with the European Union, have focused on the development of mini-grids and e-mobility, and both, of course, require a skilled workforce to start it off and to keep it going. Now, to provide an example, there is something called VET, Vocational Educational Training Toolbox, developed jointly with the European Union, or Team Europe. And it has two elements. One is training solar technicians for mini-grids, and the other is a bit broader. when you roll out solar technology, you need to sensitize people on how to use it to their benefit, to maximize the benefit, and also how to maintain it.
So if we are going to transition, we should not only look at the energy, we should start with the people who are dealing in this, because once you transition the opportunities, automatically the players transition. So if someone has been selling charcoal and is given to sell ethanol for cooking, in the same way, they will easily transition. I will now come to the biomass. We have biomass that is traditional, which is a big challenge. Charcoal is a big challenge because, first of all, starting from its production, the production techniques are very unsustainable.
Banyarwanda living in Uganda, in their umbrella body, Banyarwanda Cultural Development Association, Umubano, have elected a new leadership to rectify their challenges, such as discrimination, among others. This follows their dissatisfaction with the previous leadership, which they say was operating illegally since its term had expired.
The association's constitution stipulates that a committee serves for only 2 years. However, the previous leadership was in office for more than 10 years, something the members say has affected the operations of the association.
Buli muntu ekintu yakifuula kya mu nyumba ye na famire ye. Teyawa mukisa b'omu baana Abanyarwanda bamulonda bakkirize balonde obukiiko.
But we last voted for this executive in 2011, meaning the executive expired in 2013. There was a vacuum in the leadership.
Now the Ugandan Banyarwanda Cultural Development Association has organized the elections and elected a new leadership that will steward the association further.
Bwe twogerako nabo bagamba tujja bikola ku ekiseera tekinnatuuka naye nga ffe tukaaba tunyigirizibwa chances zifa ne tugamba katuveeyo.
Tutuuka mu organizations ez'enjawulo, tutuuka mu offices ez'amaanyi, naye bwe bakusanga nga yegwa amahoro oli muwala wa Kaberuka nga kiwanvuwa.
Bilalo area came in unopposed as chairman, Reverend Simwe Enoch as vice chairman, Kayeso Adia secretary, Lukanda Galis for publicity, and Pastor Ndajiza John for finance. The new leadership pledged service without fear or favor.
We are going to fight hard as we work hand in hand with the government to make sure that those problems that were affecting our people are handled and dealt with as bylaws of Uganda.
Rebecca Nantongo, UBC News.
Noni Vai, a new premium lounge and restaurant, is set to redefine the landscape of luxury entertainment with its grand opening. The establishment, which announced a partnership with the iconic whiskey brand Johnny Walker, is set to become the go-to destination for those seeking an exquisite atmosphere and a truly satisfying experience.
It's an exceptional kind of experience that I think we've been missing in Kampala. So many things we've been missing, and Noni Vai is here to fill that gap. Together with our amazing partners on board, Johnny Walker Gold Reserve, together with an amazing group of talent from the UK, from South Africa, we're here to fill a place that has been void for so long in the country. So we promise not only luxury, but we promise a premium experience. We promise to redefine what nightlife, what luxury and premium experiences are in the country. You have space here. Our capacity is about 1,000. So you're welcome any day, anytime. We're happy to receive you.
A break, don't miss what we have on return. It's UBC Lunchtime News.
Jovia ng'oyolekera ku lugendo luno olw'obulamu nkuwa ekirabo eky'amaanyi agatazizibwa, amaanyi okulabibwa n'okuwulirwa mu mawanga ag'ewala ennyo, okutuuka buli wamu nga yadde togenzeeyo, ensi yonna ng'ekuli mu ngalo. okutambula mu biseera n'okumanya buli kimu ekirina okumanyibwa. Jovia, kino kye kirabo kyange gy'oli.
Tewali kkubo ku ki ky'osobola okukola ku mukutu nnandameggwa ogwa MTN.
African Airline Association, in conjunction with Uganda Airlines, presents the 55th AFRA Annual General Assembly between the 19th and 21st November 2023 at Speak Resort Hotel, Munyonyo, in the heart of Uganda, the Pearl of Africa. In attendance will be 500 high-profile African and global aviation leaders, 40 airline CEOs making strides to transform aviation for development. The 55th AFRA AGA is proudly powered by
West Nile Education.
Juko. Yo.
Wachiko.
Check the shopping, man. What's your secret? Haven't you heard of the parish development model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a portrait project, and now things are moving.
Joko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better. PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
UBC Lunchtime News. Now, NCBA Bank, through its partnership with Navy World, a leading importer of motor vehicles, and ICA Insurance Company, are offering customers for the next 3 months with an opportunity to import cars of their choice in record time, hassle-free, from different parts of the world to Uganda at subsidized rates for the next 3 months.
Through physical inspection by our Japanese engineers.
Motor comprehensive insurance is highly required because of the dangers of the road. So the partnership we've entered with NCBA and World Navy is an end-to-end coverage, where the moment you conceive an idea that you want to have a car, you have a financier in NCBA, you have an importer in World Navy, and then we, ICA, who are there to ensure that we cover the entire journey of the vehicle from the place of export to Uganda, and we also cover you comprehensively for all risks, whether damage or theft of your vehicle during your usage of the vehicle here in Uganda.
You first of all can be a customer of NCBA or not a customer of NCBA. You must have a record as far as repayment is concerned. You must have a history as far as at least have a bank account somewhere so that we can be able to see your inflows and outflows. But also, most importantly, what we are committing is that we will also process it in 48 hours from when you actually apply. And you can be a salaried worker, you can be a business person, you can be anybody, provided you are able to afford repayment of the vehicle.
Put your dance on, come on.
In Rego Dokolo district in the northern part of Uganda lies a 10-acre mixed farm. This farm belongs to Fred Ogwal Oye, a retiree of the UN and currently heading one of the most blessed clan in Lango called Inomo clan. Ogwal retired to become a full-time farmer and now an example to the whole region.
In Rego Dokolo district in the northern part of the country lies a 10-acre mixed farm. This farm belongs to Fred Ogwaloye, a retiree of the UN and currently heading one of the most blessed clan in Lango called the Inomo clan. Ogwal retired to become a full-time farmer.
I started developing interest in cocoa based on the literature that I've read and based on my experience in some countries where I've been, like in West Africa. The weather conditions in those places are not any different from here.
2.5 years ago, Fred dedicated more than half of his land to grow cocoa, one of the most rare crops in Lango, originally regarded as a West Africa crop. He has two varieties, one with the purple pods and the other with the green pod.
Yellow is showing that it is
when it is ready for harvesting, it turns yellow.
Yes, yellow. This is not yet ripe, but it has started.
The rain conditions here are very good for cocoa growing. And if we could pick this up as a region and as a sub-region, I'm sure that we are going to make something out of this very important plant here. This is the first harvest that I'm having, but as you can see, it's very encouraging.
Cocoa is a small evergreen tree grown majorly on loam soil. To grow cocoa, a pit measuring 2 feet deep and wide at a spacing of 3 meters is recommended.
Cocoa only requires good foundation. Invest in the foundation of cocoa properly. It is a lazy man's crop. The weeding, you slash. Then the harvest, you harvest the pods, you break. You scoop the beans, you can sell the beans fresh. You don't need to take the risk of fermenting or what.
Some good luck.
Fred is currently collecting his first harvest since it was planted 2.5 years ago. From planting, he has so far invested 8 million shillings on the 6-acre plantation. With the good management, Fred expects to earn 100 million shillings from this farm annually. His major challenge is technical support, especially on disease management and post-harvest handling.
And we have been trying our best to look for people. I think one of the biggest problems we have here is that we need to get extension workers, agricultural extension workers. For example, we now have some of these insects which are disturbing us here. They are not yet very serious. But honestly, I would be very disappointed if this thing ends up giving us a lot of problems.
For cocoa in particular,
Mike Drazole, a specialist in cocoa farming, says cocoa is one of the best crops farmers can invest in to eradicate poverty. Mike advises farmers to choose quality seedlings and adhere to recommended standards while planting.
I know in northern we have open land. You can plant everything when you're planting cocoa. But the best thing is to establish the shed this year. Then next year you come and plant the cocoa.
Fred is among the farmers in Lango and Acholi who have planted over 100 acres of cocoa.
My children will harvest them.
Paul Okulu, who mobilized seedlings for these farmers, say majority of cocoa farms are doing very well. Okulu says extension workers are being trained to provide technical services.
This time we're going to raise another 100,000 seedlings, at 1,000 per seedling.
Cocoa is a perennial crop that begins fruiting at 2.5 years. It is harvested twice a year, earning about 13 million per acre. Eddie Olua, UBC News.
UBC Lunchtime News. The East African Crude Oil Pipeline has signed a memorandum of understanding with the National Forestry Authority to facilitate the continued partnership between the two entities for biodiversity conservation, and natural resource management. The Executive Director, National Forestry Authority, Tom Obong Okelo, says that such partnerships are to help reduce the increased challenges, especially deforestation.
Of late, we noticed that the forest cover around the area around Mubende, the greater Mubende, has really greatly reduced. And most of this is attributed to those masquerading the timber, those small industries which were converting round wood into veneer for export. They have caused a lot of havoc. When I ask my people here to calculate the loss, it is big, because we have just done, we have just finalized the biomass assessment report for 2021, and we have embarked on 2023, which we think to be done by probably the end of the year. Things are not, we lost 1% of the forest, and this is mainly attributed to those industries, but also attributed to the woodlands in northern Uganda. You have heard about the charcoal issues in northern Uganda. And now the other issues which have come up is the issue of livestock grazing. So we have seen a very big reduction in the forest cover in those areas. But within the greater central region here, we are seeing an increase in forest cover. Even in some of the areas where the pipeline is passing, we are seeing an increase in forest cover. And we think that such partnerships should help us to address those losses and see how we can offset our footprints, the footprints of the pipeline, and also you contribute to, first of all, increasing the forest cover in the country, which is a national objective, but also to biodiversity conservation.
Except in a way, a pipeline is the least impactful because the EACOP pipeline will be buried a minimum of 1 meter under the surface after construction, and the surface will be restored. So in fact, for all intents and purposes, it will be invisible to the people, or to animals or whatever. It's not fenced; it's open access. So anybody in the vicinity wants to.
Jovia. Ng'oyolekera ku lugendo luno olw'obulamu nkuwa ekirabo eky'amaanyi agatazizibwa, amaanyi okulabibwa n'okuwulirwa mu mawanga ageewala ennyo, okutuuka buli wamu nga yadde togenzeeyo, ensi yonna ng'ekuli mu ngalo. Okutambula mu biseera n'okumanya buli kimu ekirina okumanyibwa. Jovia, kino kye kirabo kyange gy'oli.
Tewali kkubo ku ki ky'osobola okukola ku mukutu nnandameggwa ogwa MTN.
UBC News, lunchtime news. Now, in the world of sport, South Africa is the team to beat at the Kana Zone 3 Swimming Championships due on the 23rd to the 25th of this month in Kigali, Rwanda. Uganda is having 49 swimmers to compete in butterfly, freestyle, breaststroke, among other styles. At the flag-off at the Waves Fitness Harbour in Chiwatule, head coach Olivia Nalwada promised podium finish for most of the athletes.
South Africa is the team to beat at the Kana Zone 3 Swimming Championships due on the 23rd to the 25th of this month in Kigali, Rwanda. Uganda is having 49 swimmers that include 9 master swimmers to compete in butterfly, freestyle, breaststroke and backstroke. At the flag-off at the Webb's Fitness Harbour in Chiwatule, head coach Olivia Nalwada promised that the athletes will do their best to finish on the podium.
I'm expecting the greatest performance ever from the team because we have a large team of 49 swimmers who are very fit and ready for the competitions. They're energetic. As our last station here, everyone was so positive and excited, so we expect the best from all the swimmers.
Team Uganda is expected to bring home the trophy that was won by defending champions Tanzania in last year's edition.
It feels surreal. I've been here before. Feels good to be back in national colors again, but yeah, it's exciting, very exciting. Team Uganda is going to do exceptionally well. I believe we are going to give the other countries in the Zone 3 a big run for their money, especially the Tanzanian team. We're coming for you guys, get ready. We're well prepared and we're well coached now, so we're coming back with a cup. I'm going to swim the 50 fly, 50 free, 100 breaststroke and 100 fly. I'm expecting to go as close as to my old PBs as possible.
49 swimmers at the Games is the biggest contingent ever to represent the country, with a main target set to embark on personal best times.
And
fingers crossed for every race. But like everyone said here, yes, competitive swimming is about winning, swimming personal best, but some of you heard me saying this more than once. At the end, it is really about the things that you experience in your career as a swimmer. And this will stay forever in your mind. The medal, the ranking, it's for the moment a good motivation, and it should be your goal, and you should work for this.
Many of the selected youngsters will be hoping to have a successful championship in Rwanda to be the benchmark ahead of the Africa Junior Swimming Championships this December in Mauritius. Marshall, Miro, UBC News.
Marshall Miro brings us to the end of our lunchtime news. Thanking you so much for watching from wherever you are. It's a Monday. I'll be here for news tonight, but of course we'll have Kiswahili and Luganda as well. Let's catch you then. Enjoy our next program and the week. Bye-bye.